We are following breaking news this midday. Big developments as the case of Brittanee Drexel moves forward. The man charged in her death pleading guilty to her murder, kidnapping, and rape. The judge in South Carolina has sentenced Raymond Moody to life behind bars. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Arnold. That judge sentencing Moody to 30 years, each concurrently for rape and kidnapping and life for murder. The Drexel family finally able to get justice, closing a chapter on a crime that has tormented much of their lives and impacted our community. It was an emotional day inside that packed courtroom. Drexel's family speaking to the court and Raymond Moody about the impact his actions has had on their lives. Brittanee was 17 when she disappeared while visiting Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in 2009. Her remains were discovered in May of this year. Authorities say Moody led them to the body and confessed to killing her. Her family describing Brittanee's light, a light they say was taken away by the actions of Raymond Moody.
And now 13 years later, I find out the horrible, disgusting, and senseless way she was abducted and murdered. Every part of my being wants to say and do something about that, but my heart knows that I will not, and Brittanee would not want me to go to jail over that.
And today, Mr. Moody, you face the consequences for that. Today, my daughter, Brittanee, is here with me, with all of us, not just in spirit. Brittanee is present. I wear her picture and her ashes around my neck today and every day for the rest of my life to celebrate her life, as does her father, John, Brittanee's grandmother, and the rest of our family and friends. And all of them that are here today, you can see, have their remembrance of her.
And for the first time, we hear from Raymond Moody addressing the court and the family since he was charged with Brittanee's murder in May.
I was a monster. I was amongst men. And I was a monster. And I took Brittanee Drexel's life. I don't have the words to express how horrible I feel. And I've felt ever since that day very, very sorry.
Voters in Madison County are facing a choice they will live with for 10 years, and there's only one name on the ballot. Bradley Moses, who was revived by authorities with Narcan over the summer, is facing a write-in challenge from a woman who has the backing of Republicans and Democrats. The I-Team's Connor White has the latest right now.
Bradley Moses entered the race for Madison County judge unopposed.
2 rounds of Narcan administered.
That changed over the summer.
That day I had too much alcohol to drink, made some mistakes.
A sheriff's deputy needed to revive Moses and one other adult on July 30th. A toxicology report later confirming Moses had alcohol, marijuana, and fentanyl in his body. Moses initially denied having illegal drugs in his system. He now says he drank far too much to remember exactly what happened.
And I've taken steps to address that alcohol issue. You know, it doesn't erase what I've done in my career. It doesn't define me. I'm still the same person that, you know, both parties believed was so qualified that I got to the point where I was unopposed. You know, those qualities haven't gone away.
It is now defining this race, though, in many ways. It's why you have a write-in opponent. How are you overcoming that?
Well, I think some of it is a choice, you know, to run a campaign of personal destruction, right? So I'm talking to voters about my qualifications and my experience and why I think that that makes me right for the job.
Moses says he's still getting positive feedback from voters. He continues to campaign on his experience representing children in family court and as an assistant district attorney, a position he resigned from following the July overdose. The Republican Party asked him to step out of the race, and when Moses refused, the party began backing a write-in campaign for Republican Rhonda Youngs in what turned into a bipartisan effort to beat Moses. Moses.
The Republicans, the conservatives, and the Democrats are all behind me.
Young spent the last 6 years as a court attorney to the current Madison County judge. This summer, she was appointed acting justice in the village of Cazenovia. She first explored running for the county court seat last year, but ultimately accepted that Moses had the support of the Republican Party at the time.
Do you regret not running a primary campaign?
No, I'm following the path that really I've had faith in this whole process.
She's now accepted the call to jump back in the race. Her campaign website calls Moses a friend, but also states he is unfit to serve and displayed a dangerous lack of judgment. Her name isn't on the ballot, so the focus now is educating voters to try to get as many people as possible to write her name in.
Everybody is coalescing to do the right thing and is behind my campaign. So I am out there I've knocked on thousands of doors probably now. I'm out there every day.
Moses is doing the same, both making their case for a position they'll hold for 10 years.
We have an alert for parents. It is National Teen Driver Safety Week. The annual campaign runs today through Saturday.
Our Vanessa Rizzitano spoke with AAA about steps that parents can take to make sure that their teen stays safe while behind the wheel.
AAA says keeping teens safe on the road starts in your household, and it is never too early to have these important conversations with your children when it comes to driving. Parents are encouraged to not only have conversations with their kids, but be role models and set good examples while they are behind the wheel.
You might not think that your teen wants to act like you do, but if they see mom, texting her friends when she's driving, and they see dad checking the sports scores when he's driving, they're going to think it's okay to do that.
AAA also says parents can lead by example by taking defensive driving courses to refresh driving skills. Research finds teens ages 16 to 17 years old are 3 times more likely to be involved in a deadly crash, with many tragedies happening in the summer when students are out of school. Carrie says oftentimes it comes down to distracted driving among unexperienced drivers.
We have to make sure that these young drivers understand they need to put their phones down, because this generation of young drivers have grown up with a phone in their hand and they think they can multitask.
While tragedies do happen, experts say it is crucial to take preventative measures and be proactive. There are 4 simple steps when it comes to safety behind the wheel, which AAA calls the READ approach. The acronym READ stands for right speed, eyes up, anticipate what other drivers are doing, and keep a donut of a space around your vehicle. While many young drivers learn from their parents, AAA offers driving courses, which the agency feels is sometimes more beneficial when teens learn from a professional rather than their parents.
Sometimes it's easier if you have an outside instructor who can really take that emotion out of it.
The driver training courses are available for people of all ages and prices do vary. AAA members get a discount. More information on how you can get involved can be found on our website, cnycentral.com.